What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF the Network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF the Real, Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Listen, man. Shout out to Miss Obama. She basically explained why she didn't want to go to the inauguration, the Trump inauguration. I believe no Democrat should have been there. I believe President Obama shouldn't have been there. But I understand why he went, because he's a former president. But he shouldn't have went. I'm trying to think. Did George Bush Jr. Did he come? I mean, did he go? I probably had to look that up. Y'all gotta let me know in the chat. I don't think that even George Bush Jr. went. So I don't give a fuck. Like Barack Obama, George Bush Jr. ain't go. Barack shouldn't have went. But anyway, she explains why she didn't go, and we're gonna talk about these goddamn corporate Democrats, man. They gotta stop, man. They gotta stop, man. They on some fuckery shit. But let's get into why Miss Obama said fuck that inauguration. Just saying it in my words. She ain't said it like that, but I'd have said it.
My decision to skip the inauguration, you know, what people don't realize, or my decision to make choices at the beginning of this year that suited me were met with such ridicule and criticism. And it took everything in my power to not do the thing that was right, or that was perceived as right, but do the thing that was right for me.
Michelle Obama's mysterious absence from President Trump's inauguration explained by the woman herself on her IMO podcast.
I had to basically trick myself out of it. People couldn't believe that I was saying no for any other reason, that they had to assume that my marriage was falling apart, you know.
Hold on, honey.
The Honorable Barack H. Obama.
And listen, you know it got to be on some fuck shit when they start doing that. If she didn't go to the inauguration, motherfuckers just start throwing shit out there in the air. Oh, her and Barack getting a divorce, that her marriage is in trouble and shit. No, she just ain't go. She said she wanted to protect her motherfucking mental, and I don't blame her. Protect your goddamn mental. And then, like I said, it just wasn't listen. Why would you want to be in the presence of somebody like Trump and them people? Like, so, I wouldn't listen. Listen, you don't be around shit that give you bad vibes, man. Fuck with your mental. It doesn't mean you soft or no shit like that. It just mean, yo, some people can like, just being around nonsense can fuck with you. Right? Man saying all types of stupid, goofy shit. Like, you know what I mean? It just, yo, that inauguration was trash anyway. But, you know, I believe, yeah, she's saying it's really about her mental. I think it's part of that. But I think the other part is, just my opinion, I believe she didn't go because she didn't want to, show the people that she was okay with who's the president. Like, my honest opinion. Like, you don't participate in some shit that you know that's evil. You know? But anyway.
Divorce rumors started swirling when the former First Lady missed that event and President Jimmy Carter's memorial service in January.
It started with not having anything to wear.
Now, mind you, the Jimmy Carter shit, I don't know why she didn't go to that. But it is what it is. Listen, I don't do funerals. It got to be somebody very, very close to me for me to like go to funerals. Like I won't just go to funerals, bro. It's just not my shit. Like I don't like the vibes of funerals. I don't like the behavior of people in like when funerals are going on. Like people like sometimes when funerals happen, people show their true colors of who they kind of really are. It comes out. And you sometimes you didn't expect people to act a certain type of way when people die. And everybody mourns different, but people just do weird shit. You know what I mean? Like I got two emotions, right? I'm most likely going to celebrate that person's life, right? Or I'm gonna be sad about it, right? They're my only two options that I have. All this other shit, like people be doing at funerals and acting a fool and, you know, showing their ass. I ain't with that shit. It's almost disrespecting the dead to me. But, you know, it is what it is.
Prepared for any
Right.
funeral, anything. I travel with clothes just in case something pops off. So I was like, if I'm not going to do this thing, I gotta tell my team, I don't even want to have a dress ready,
Yeah.
right? Because it's so easy to just say, let me do the right thing.
One of the things you learn as a woman as you get older, you know what you're good at, you know what you love.
I'm at this stage in life where I have to define my life on my terms.
And mind you, I get what she's saying. Like, yo, when you get older, it's not even just women. It's like when people get older, you define what is okay that you will allow in your life, right? Or what you will be a part of, right? You gotta understand, even though that they've been out of office for like 8 years, almost 10, right? They still getting ridiculed. The Obamas, right? The only good thing that I do see, well, I don't see, is the children, the Obama kids. Like you don't really hear about them too much. I don't think they kind of really want to be in the spotlight as much, right? Like, and what I mean, like politics, maybe once they get a little older, maybe. But right now, they're being college kids and shit. Like they're not even trying to even dip into the politics or fame and shit like that. They just trying to live a regular life. And that's a good thing. And I love that about them. So you don't really hear too much about them, really. You know what I mean? Like even the Obamas, like you don't really hear about them really like that unless some type of election comes up or something where they need the Obamas. But other than that, you don't really see them. Because usually, like, you've been doing it. Being a president, especially a 2-term president, back to back like that, and first lady or whatever, that shit is like 20 years. It like the time, it seems like it's like 20 years. Right? You need like a good decade just to like stay away from that shit for a minute. You know what I mean? Just get back to like living like a regular civilian, but then you're not a regular civilian even after you leave office because you got Secret Service and shit. You the former president, former first lady, your kids, all that shit. Like, come on, bro. That shit crazy. You know? That's why that shit is mad disturbing about Trump. Like, talk about he canceling Secret Service for Joe Biden kids and shit. Like, yo, they still somebody. They're not like regular people. His grandkids, they somebody. They fucking daddy was the president, a vice president, a senator. Like he been in politics 50-something years. Like you can't just do that to his family like that. But Trump is cruel in that way. And like I said, the shit that he's doing, nobody would ever even think about doing some shit that Trump does. That man is like, Trump is the most petty, evil person I have ever seen in politics. Like this dude is just pure evil. Like, it ain't no way the shit that he be doing and thinking about, you be like, and saying, you be like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, Trump, you can keep that shit to yourself, bro. But, you know, he want to keep it real. Okay, cool. That's why his ass a felon.
Made it through. We got out alive. I hope we made the country proud. My girls, thank God, are whole. But what happened to me?
I am so proud of his record, but I'm more proud of how
And you see what I'm saying? You see what I was just saying? And I didn't see this clip, but I didn't know that she was gonna say this, like, about her kids. Like, them kids, yo, you don't hear nothing. They good. And then you gotta think about it. When they was in the White House and shit, I don't even think they was just being teenagers. Like, they just was turning teenagers. So they would like, they're like high school years, maybe, or halfway through their high school years or some shit. They kind of was in the spotlight, you know. Yeah, I think so. Especially the oldest one. I think she was just about, she had maybe like a 1 or 2 years left in school, in high school. Because I think like she in college now, if I'm mistaken. And then the other daughter just went to college maybe like a year or two ago. Right? Because they not that far different in age range. They probably like maybe 1 or 2 years apart, maybe 3. But yeah, man, it's good that them kids are good, man. All the fucking racism and bigotry that they parents go through, and that shit is crazy, bro. And it'd be bad because people that are racist like that, it's like, yo, you don't even give a fuck about these people, kids. These kids they kids gotta see this shit. That's why I understand why people so goddamn cruel. But it is what it is.
handled himself in office.
Yeah, after 8 years in the White House and raising 2 successful girls who are now 23 and 26, the 61-year-old mom is embracing her newfound freedom and the art of saying no.
Even Michelle Obama,
Boy, I tell you one goddamn thing. She still look good. That black don't crack. I tell you one motherfucking thing. She's 61. Shit, Michelle look like she about in her motherfucking late 40s or something. Michelle look good. No disrespect, Miss Obama, but God, hey, Miss Obama still look good. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. She still look good. Fuck is you talking about? That black don't crack, boy. Woo! Shit, I know some 61-year-olds. They don't look like this. I'm telling you that now. Motherfuckers, boy, she taking care of herself. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. But anyway, let's move on. Let me go back a little bit.
Found freedom and the art of saying no.
even Michelle Obama, I am still trying to tell myself that I am doing enough.
We're gonna learn as we go.
I want my girls to start practicing different strategies for saying no, because I see it in them, pleasing.
And let me say something too. Like, you go back and look at them old interviews and shit with the Obamas and shit. Like, yo, the one thing I love about Obama, even though he was the man, you know what I mean? Everybody know he was the president, nigga, but Michelle Obama, nigga, she was her own. Like, she hold it her own. And that's because, she highly educated. She's like, you know what I mean? Like, she can hold her own. Like, I always keep saying this. Like, I highly doubt if she would want to do that again. Would want to do it. But if she was to run for president, nigga, she gonna win. I'm telling you that now. Michelle Obama will win. The Democrats, boy, y'all need to. I get it. We gotta really push her to, like, hey, you need to run for president. People gotta really push her. But this whole, Okay, I'm just saying. All right, like I'm saying, Michelle Obama need to run for president. I know she probably don't want to run. I get it. I understand. But Michelle Obama need to run for president. Cause like she can hold her own. Like Barack is Barack, nigga. Like we get it with Barack. But Michelle Obama, nigga, she just as equal as him. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. She handle her business, nigga. She listen. It ain't me being biased either. But of course I love Michelle more than I love Obama. Right? I ain't gonna say love, but I like more. I like her more than I like Obama. I don't really like dislike Obama, but it's just I like her more. I just think that there's no disrespect to Obama. Obama is a half-breed black person. And when you hear Michelle talk, like that, them vibes is like, okay, we get it. Barack, we see him kind of, here and there, he cool, but then he say some weird shit. Then you be like, whoa, Obama. It's like Michelle, by her being a full-blooded black person, she know what to say and what not to say to her people. And I respect that about her. But, no disrespect to Obama. I like Obama, but I just like Michelle better. I mean, I like Michelle more. You know what I mean? But they both a powerhouse. But if she was to run for president, nigga, it didn't be no ifs, ands about it, nigga. Listen, I'm pushing for that. I've been pushing for that shit for the last couple of years. My honest opinion. I think I've probably been pushing that shit before for shit when Biden was running the first time. What was it? 2019, 2018. I was pushing for that shit probably a couple years ago, almost 7 years ago, yo. I was pushing for that shit. Motherfuckers, man, Michelle need to run. I'm just saying that. Listen, and what I mean by that, it will bring some type of new energy to the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party right now is just stale as fuck. They won't, and we're gonna get into it. They won't let the young people shine. The motherfuckers that need to be front and center and be out there doing what they supposed to do. Fucking Nancy Pelosi. Listen, man. I was getting ready to say something real harsh, but I'm not gonna do it. Let's move on.
Excelling, not wanting to take anything for granted, always showing gratitude, right? Feeling like they're enough right now, right? It's a practice. It is, right? It's a muscle that you have to build. The sooner, the better.
All right. Let me go to this other clip. Shout out to Dr. Richie for this clip. This shit is disturbing. It's very disturbing. Very disturbing. Watch how they watch how the corporate Democrats do. This is why, honestly, this is why some black people start rocking with Republicans, right? Or they leave the Democrat Party. Like this is a part of the reason why, like some black people may go fuck with the right, and some black people will go independent. This is why, and I'm one of them. This is the real reason why I go independent. I'm not a Democrat anymore. This is the real reason why. You wouldn't believe this shit, y'all. Listen to this.
So the Democrat who beat AOC for a key role is now resigning after 4 months. Understandably so. All right. Here's a recap.
Democratic Congressman Jerry Connolly of Virginia was elected by his caucus to be the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee. That's the highest ranking member of the minority party, the Democrats. Connolly, who is 74 and was just diagnosed with esophageal cancer, beat back a challenge from 35-year-old progressive Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez amid calls for a new generation of leadership in the Democratic Party. As Democrat Don Bayer of Virginia, a Connolly ally, put it, quote, Jerry's a young 74, cancer notwithstanding. Jerry Connolly won that vote today.
Let me just say this. Can I just be very honest about this whole, when motherfuckers get old, they talking about I'm a young this. Listen, I don't give a fuck. Like, yo, you could be in the best health shape of what age you are. If you're still thinking that a lot of your thought process or your beliefs matter in today's world, and you don't adapt to you can still bring your shit, but you don't adapt to the new shit and try to, come together with the young shit and, come with your old beliefs or whatever, right? If you don't do that, I don't give a fuck how of a young 74 or young old you are. You just out of touch. And I mean this shit. Listen, I'm not trying to age people. Like, I'm not trying to age shame people, older people. But listen, if you gotta get the fuck out the way. I'm trying to be nice about it. You just gotta get the fuck out the way. Because sometimes you could be out of touch. When you get old, people get stuck in their ways. Right? Like, old people get stuck in their ways, man. As I'm getting older, I see me more and more getting stuck in certain ways I get stuck in. But at this point in time in my life, it actually helps benefit me. Right? But I know in probably about 5 years, this shit won't. Right? So I'm starting to, if I understand it, I start trying to program myself or trying to do more to try to evolve. But I just see a lot of old motherfuckers just think that you can just be old like that. Like, get over it. Get over that shit. We don't live back in them old ass times. Listen, you can like what you like, but that don't mean everybody like that shit. And you can't push your motherfucking agenda or your old ass agenda on the youth like that. You just can't. It's a way you gotta teach them so they can take what you're talking about and mix it with their shit and let them create something to where it's still, you see it as a respectful, what they're doing is respectful, but it got their own twist on it. Motherfucker, some older people need to just sit the fuck down, man. And then I start getting real cruel about the shit to the point where I'm starting to say, listen, man, you just ain't got no more fight in you. If you ain't got no more fight in you, then sit your ass down and stop talking and stop trying to tell people what the young people should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. You out of touch. You ain't got no fight in you no more. Nobody's going back to that old shit. That was for your generation. Motherfucking, listen, it used to be back in the day, it used to be at least 2 decades before shit changed. The generation would stay the same for 2 generations, for 2 decades, right? Then as time went on, it started to go down every 10 years, right? People were having kids much younger. So you got these different generations of fucking kids and people making babies. So now it's like every 5 years. Generations, I mean, shit changing every 5 years. Shit don't stay the same. It's not the same anymore. Like, where shit can be 20 years, shit can last for 20 years. shit can last for 10 years. It's not like that anymore. And then you throw technology into this shit, yo, shit is not gonna stay the same. Like, yo, and the crazy shit about it, I grew up in an era where they had cartoons and they was talking about this shit back in the fucking 80s and the 90s. Where, do y'all remember the Jetsons? A lot of young motherfuckers probably don't, but niggas around my age, 45 and down, or I say 35 and up, right? It was a cartoon show called The Jetsons. Nigga, everything that we're seeing now and how technology is working and how shit is, go watch The Jetsons. And everything that's in The Jetsons, you seeing now. Only thing that you ain't seeing now is that we ain't in space yet, right? We don't live in space, and we don't have flying cars. But all that shit is gonna happen sooner or later. God willing, I'll still be alive for it, or a lot of us be alive for it. But I'm just telling you, it's gonna happen. It's not gonna be as long as people think now. Technology grows like it used to be like every 5 years, but now that shit is growing like every 3 years or 2.5 years. Like, technology is growing. I don't know why the fuck. Let's move on.
And he did so thanks in part to former Speaker Nancy Pelosi whipping votes for him. Pelosi whipped votes to make sure that Connolly got the oversight job over the young star in the party, even as the 84-year-old Pelosi is recovering from hip surgery after suffering a fall. It feels like a moment of genuine madness.
Yeah, put him up for
No, it's just a genuine of old motherfuckers don't know when to let go. It's like sports in a way. You know how somebody gets so old, you be like, yo, you old, bro, let it go. You don't look this, you're not the same no more. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I was very heartbroken when God rest the Mamba, Kobe Bryant. Y'all know Kobe Bryant's my favorite basketball player of all time. Shit, Kobe might be my favorite athlete of all time. But I was heartbroken when Kobe retired. And Kobe was only like, what, 36? Usually that's like the end of your prime. You still maybe got like another 3 years in you. So where you can be a role player, but you know, he had that gene in him like Mike did. Like they ain't no role players, nigga. You get what I mean? They can't be role players. You know, only reason Mike even played into his 40s, the 40, 41 and shit is because, you know, he took a lot of time off. Kobe played his whole 20 years. You know what I mean? Through injuries and all that shit. So that's why Kobe shit got cut short like that. But listen, and he started early. Like, he came in the league at 17. Like, people don't understand. Kobe got drafted at 17 years old. I'm honest, my honest opinion, I think he's probably the youngest ever to get drafted at 17 years old to the NBA. But I was heartbroken when Kobe retired. Like, in the bad part about it, one of the reasons why, because I knew the game wasn't gonna be the same no more. He was one of the last of the dying breeds. Listen, I know people and I showed mad love to Tim Duncan and shit like that. Listen, I know people like, you know, we can't just shit on Tim like that and act like Tim. We can say Tim had a better career than Kobe. Listen, even if that's so, right? Kobe was bigger than him. Kobe was the man. Nobody ever thought like Tim Duncan was the best player in the league. I think he did. If I'm mistaken, did Tim win more? Tim did get more MVPs than Kobe. We all know why that shit happened. But nobody ever thought in their mind through the whole time Tim Duncan ever played the game of basketball in the NBA that he was the best player in the league. Nobody ever thought that. Nobody. He might got good stats. He might have a good, he's great. Like I told you, I put Tim in my top 5. Greatest all time. Greatest power forward ever. But nobody ever thought Tim Duncan was the best player in the league in any year. I don't give a fuck if he won the MVPs. Nobody thought he was the best. Nobody ever thought that he was the face. So I just wanted to put that out there. Somebody has sent me some shit like that. I'm like, what about Tim? What up, man? No disrespect to Tim. I think Tim is top 5 greatest basketball player all time. But my point back to Kobe is like, you talking about somebody, you knew shit was going to change. But I understood why. He had to step aside because he didn't have it anymore. He said, well, the best I could do is to teach the young motherfuckers about young boys, young girls, young men, young women, the game of basketball. And that's what he tried. He did. And if he'd lived longer, of course he'd have been, more. I believe Kobe probably would have been a coach. But then knowing Kobe, he might have been a general manager. He probably could have been an owner. Because after, his later years in Kobe life, the league loved him. People loved him. You know what I mean? They respect him and loved him. But yeah, man. But Kobe, I understood why Kobe retired. He couldn't. Number one, his body couldn't take it up. Couldn't do it no more. And he just ain't have it. And he was like, I'm not going out like that. And at the same time, I think he understood it's a young man's game. I can't be running around here defending these young niggas like that. And that's what a lot of my whole point of going back, this is what these Democrats and a lot of older people need to start realizing. You ain't got it no more. Sometimes, even if your mind is still sharp, right? Your body ain't gonna work. Your mind can be very sharp, but your body don't work like your body used to work, or on the same page as your brain, as your mind, right? And it's the same thing of like, with these politicians, like, your brain. Your brain not as sharp as you used to be. You out of touch. Let it go. Nancy Pelosi, she just having hip surgery and fell and all that other shit. Like, come on, man. And that's going to happen. You get old, but you trying to move around like you young because you think that your mind is still sharp. You know how much mental that put on your if your body ain't doing what it used to do, you know how much stress that put on your brain? Because you can't move like you used to can move. Come on, man. I'm older now, and I know I can't do certain shit I used to can do. Nigga, I used to can jump real high. Can't do that no more. Can't do that no more. Them motherfucking 4 times catches up with you. And people need to chill. I mean, these old motherfuckers, man. Shout out to my brother Bell in the building. What up, bro, Bell? What show you talking about, Bro Bell? Try the Bro Bell again. Oh, the Jetson Show. Okay. Oh, you remember that Jetson Show? Okay, yeah. Yeah, Jules Jetson, nigga. Like, listen, that shit was fire. Back in my day, cartoons was the shit. But now, you got like 18,000, I mean, probably more than that. All these goddamn cartoons. Back in the day, you ain't had a whole bunch of cartoons like that, nigga. It just was a few. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. It wasn't a whole bunch of cartoons like that. That's why, like, motherfuckers from my generation say those cartoons was classics. Like, nigga, I'm about to go back and they talking about doing a movie on the Thundercats. I think it's gonna be fire, but I'm gonna go back and look at the old Thundercats. The reason I can't go back and look at the old Thundercats like that because the shit is so old. Like, the shit don't look right. Like your eyes change or something. I don't know what it is, but I be trying to get into it, but I can't sometimes. With the Thundercats, I used to love the Thundercats, nigga. That was my shit. Thundercats, oh, that was my shit. But I can't watch that shit like I used to. Shit, I was a big Rescue Ranger. That was my listen. The Rescue Rangers, the Jetsons, Scrooge McDuck, DuckTales. I think that's what they call DuckTales. Shit, the old Power Rangers. That was my shit. Did I say Thundercats? Thundercats. Motherfucking He-Man, Skeletor. Yo, that was my shit. Fucking the old motherfucking Ninja Turtles. That was my shit. It wasn't a whole bunch of cartoons like that, people. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Wasn't a whole bunch. The Care Bears, nigga. I used to watch the Care Bears back in the day. Care Bears was the shit. Transformers, the old shit, the old Transformers. It wasn't a lot of them shits like that. Listen, you may have like 10 to 15 cartoons back then. It wasn't a whole bunch. Just trying to tell y'all. Not now, nigga. You got it. They got cartoons, animation, cartoon movies, nigga. They like, it wasn't no more movies, nigga. These were just cartoons, like, come on every goddamn day. They used to come on every day. Like, real talk. That shit used to come on every day. Like, nigga, you used to wake up on Saturdays or every morning before you went to school or whatever it was. That shit, yo. Cartoons was the shit back in the day. Listen, today's cartoons, I don't know. First of all, the technology is different and the times is different. People too much on technology, too much on the phones and all that shit to sit down and just watch cartoons all day. Because, see, we didn't have DVRs and all that other shit. And they didn't show repeats like that. Right? So you had to be there in presence live to watch a lot of that shit. You get what I mean? Or you missed the episode, nigga. And you hear niggas outside, everybody be like, yo, you seen such? Yeah, that shit was fire. And you be like, damn, I missed it. Like seriously. Like, you just gonna miss that shit. Ain't no reruns. It was rarely reruns. You rarely seen a rerun. Like, I used to think, like, back in the day and shit, right? I used to think, like, my aunts and uncles and shit. Well, maybe my aunts, really. My aunts and my grandma and shit, and the older ladies around the neighborhood. They used to watch the stories, The Young and the Restless and shit, and all that shit. Them stories. I used to think that's for old people and shit. Nigga, I started getting into the Young and the Restless probably around when I was like 20 something. I was watching that shit. Like, yo, I'm just telling you, because yo, they used to come on. It wasn't, you couldn't, like, especially back in the day, you couldn't DVR none of that shit. You couldn't, I mean, you had a VCR, but you had to be home to do that shit a lot of the times. And technology wasn't as what it wound up kind of being. So you couldn't pre-record a lot of that shit. Like, you couldn't catch it. A lot of the VCRs back in the day didn't have timers on them. You know what I mean? So when something came on, that came like maybe in probably in the mid 90s, late 90s, something like that, when you could like kind of pre-do the VCRs and shit, like set the timers for them and shit when your show would come on. It's been so long ago, but yeah, it wasn't like that, yo. You had a lot of that shit you had to catch live like that. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Shit was different back then. You know what I mean? Shit. Listen, don't get me wrong. I like shit. Like, I like the new shit. Don't get me wrong, nigga. I like if I don't see something, nigga, I can record it or, you know, or whatever. I can restream it, and, you know, go to streams. And don't get me wrong. I love technology. I think I love technology since I was probably in my early 90s. I used to love technology. I used to love how shit was evolving. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I grew up, shit, it was still records. There wasn't no CDs and shit in the 80s. You know what I mean? We was still listening to records, nigga, record player. You know what I mean? Then the CDs came. Well, no, tapes came. And then the CDs came. I think the CDs came probably around like maybe the 90s. It's like maybe early 90s. Or maybe late 80s or something like that. It was something like that, but nigga, I've seen technology grow. And don't get me wrong, nigga, I love the technology that we see and have now. That's why I don't be understanding the old people and shit. Like, nigga, get into that shit. You don't know about it, get into it. The shit is better than what you was doing. And listen, and once it's complicated at first because you don't know what the fuck. That's anything. You don't know how to do something, of course it's gonna be complicated. It's something new, it's gonna be complicated. But if you start knowing how shit works, it's not as complicated. That's why the young folks be like, you don't know how to do this? That's because motherfuckers don't be motherfuckers stuck in their ways. I like to grow with technology. I always tell people I grow with technology, yeah, partly for the young folks, but the other part is because I want to know the shit. I love technology. So I want to grow with the shit. It ain't just about connecting with young folks. I want to grow with the technology. I seen a lot of this shit coming. So, like I told you, I used to program computers. Right? I used to, like, the systems and all that shit that we got now and they don't. I used to do that shit back in the day. So, you know, till I start, you know, I got in the streets and shit. Yeah. I said, fuck that shit. Stop going to school and all that shit. And then I just start missing a lot of shit. But yeah, like, I always been in the technology. I think I probably was in technology. That shit was always my thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you sit down with like motherfuckers like Bill Gates and the motherfuckers like that, like, yo, you wouldn't think that they like kind of like some people like kind of like they out of touch because they the ones that kind of help create a lot of this shit. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's move on.
So in an update,
oh shit, damn it.
Left channel, right channel.
Representative Jerry Connolly has made the announcement that his cancer has unfortunately returned, and he will not seek re-election as a result. The 75-year-old will also step away from his duties as ranking member of the House Oversight Committee 4 months after assuming the post.
First of all, he shouldn't have never been there. And listen, love and support. Hopefully he get better and love and condolences to the family. All love for them. But his ass should have never been in that position. He's 74 years old, man. Listen, people, I'll just put it this way. To make it very clear. I'm going to continue to keep fighting as long as I feel like I'm mentally strong to do it. Right? But at any time I feel like I'm out of touch, you won't hear me talk about politics no more. Like I wouldn't be doing a show or nothing like that. Or you get what I mean? Like I know when it's time for me to like let it, like I can't do it no more. You know what I mean? I ain't got it in me. Like I told you, it's all about if you still got the fight in you. Some people stay around because they get the perks from this shit. And so, listen, I don't get perks from doing this shit, right? Ain't about the money. I appreciate when people donate. Appreciate all of y'all. Salute to y'all that do donate to the channel. But I don't get, like, I'm not getting rich off the shit. That's what's happening to these old motherfuckers. They making money off of this shit. And so, they just stand around in some shit that they out of touch with. I actually genuinely care about politics. I actually care about the country. I actually care about people. So this shit ain't about a money thing to me. You know what I mean? So that's what's part of what the problem is. That's why these corporate Democrats need to stop. Just retire, bro. But I know why they're doing it, because they're making money. That's why I told you, ain't no fucking different than the Republicans, man. In a lot of ways. I'm just telling y'all.
It's entirely understandable that he hasn't exactly been energized to take on the existential political fight for the soul of the nation over the last few months. What's not understandable is why he even ran for this position, and why top Democrats like Nancy Pelosi so determined.
Because they didn't want to give up power. That's why. Nancy Pelosi, all them old motherfuckers, Chuck Schumer, all of them, they don't want to give up the power. Only reason listen, you know the crazy shit about Nancy Pelosi is that even though she ain't the House Speaker no more, right? The crazy shit about it is that she's still behind the scenes being a puppet master. She ain't gone nowhere. You just don't see her like that. She behind the scenes being a puppet master. Claiborne and all the motherfuckers, they all behind the scenes. They all behind the scenes being puppet masters. Fucking the youth over, fucking progress up. They want to still reach across the aisle and all that other goofy shit. Like, yo, what are you doing? We can't speak this way. Who the fuck told you that? Trump and them, the Republicans doing it. Why y'all not doing it? Now, y'all can't cross certain lines. Yeah, you gotta still keep your morals and your principles. But it's some shit you can cross some lines. You can get in the mud with them with. You can get down dirty with them. But Nancy Pelosi and them, they got that old shit. This woman is still behind the scenes being a puppet master. Her, Chuck Schumer, whole bunch of them. Niggas was like, oh, what's up with Mitch McConnell? Mitch McConnell would still be pulling strings, being a puppet master behind the scenes. Mainly he can't, partly because of Trump, but the other part, his health is declining. So he don't got no fight in to fight Trump. That's why he stepping aside. And Nancy Pelosi, she need to go too. Chuck Schumer, all I'm talking about. Nigga, we don't want to see you. You only there because the donor money. So only reason you there. You still gonna sell American people out for donors. That's the only reason why Chuck Schumer and a lot of them talk about Chuck Schumer talking about, I ain't going nowhere. I still got some fight in me. You only got fight in you because that money coming in from them donors. And you're gonna do what they tell you. You're gonna do what they tell you to do. That's it. You know the bad part about this, y'all, is the even the elite Democrats, the corporate Democrats, they know that changes need to be made. They won't make them because they are a part of the elites with Trump in them. With the Republicans. I don't know why people acting like this shit, like we don't understand this shit. And just leaving the Democrat Party, allowing them to just keep dictating shit is wrong. We can still fight against these motherfuckers when we leave. Like, yo, y'all gotta go. And I'm waiting for one Democrat. And the youth, I know they want to be respecting the elders and shit like that, but I'm waiting for one of these Democrats to say, you know what? They need to get out of the way. They're part of the problem at this point. We're losing elections because of them. Because they're taking the same money from the same people that the Republicans take it to, so they don't fight as like they supposed to. They don't make the changes like they supposed to when we do got the power. Because when they got the power, they want to reach across the aisle to Republicans that they actually agree with on a lot of policies. See, corporate Democrats is no different than fucking Republicans. When it comes to certain shit. The only difference maybe is probably that they play politics just like the Republicans. If something ain't working, like now they don't want to talk about woke. They don't want to talk about, they don't even want to defend gay people that much. This shit that their whole platform is supposed to be about. Everybody. Immigration. All that shit. Social justice. That's all the Democrat shit. They let the Republicans hijack it. And they won't do nothing about it because they kind of don't really care about it. They don't really care about social justice. They don't give a fuck about gay people really like that. They don't give a fuck about immigrants. They are not no different than the Republicans. I'm trying to tell y'all. That's why you don't see no change when they get power. Soon they get power, I'm going to tell you what the corporate Democrats will do. They get power and they'll reach across the aisle. We ain't going to pass nothing unless we can get something bipartisan. Okay, cool. And that's why you bitches keep losing. Then you mad at Trump and the Republicans for being dictators. You kind of help allow them to do it. Corporate Democrats, Nancy Pelosi and them. Listen, they can't stand a AOC. They can't stand Congresswoman Crockett. They can't stand Taneem Nasheed and a couple of them, right? And Bernie Sanders. They can't stand them because they don't take corporate money. They're not part of it. Like it's a fraction in the Democrat Party where they supposed to be leading, but they can't lead because the corporate Democrats got a hold on the party, and they won't let that shit go because of them, because of the money. Because they can't go and ask the people for money. Because they're not doing shit for the people. They just giving the people crumbs. Listen, people be thinking I'm very harsh. I go after the Republicans like that. Listen, I don't like corporate Democrats. I don't fuck with them. Honestly, like they're part of the problem. But they're better. They got more, how can I say this? They not as evil in policies than Republicans. Right? They actually try to open the tent up to other people, even though they get everybody crumbs that's in the tent. And they allow people to come in the tent. But they not that much better to fixing the problem. They put band-aids on shit. They're no different than Republicans. They don't want to actually genuinely fix the problem. Listen, let me explain something to you. If they wanted to pass that immigration bill, they could have passed it. That shit was just a stunt that Trump turned down, or he got the Republicans to turn it down. They could have passed that shit. Let me explain something to y'all. When Trump by the end of this year, Trump gonna pass some tax cuts, and it's right before the elections. He's gonna pass that because most likely they're gonna lose seats. They're gonna be scared they're gonna lose seats, so they ain't gonna have the House and the Senate to pass the bill. But Trump gonna pass that bitch probably around at the end of the year. Or close to the end of the year. It's going to be around like November, December, or something like that. Maybe fucking October. He's going to pass that guy. They going to pass that goddamn that tax cuts for the rich. Because it's not going to benefit none of us. It's going to benefit the rich. And they going to pass that bitch. It's going to make it what Trump said he going to make it. It's going to be definitely like that. So they passing a bill that way it's going to be definitely like that. Where the tax is not, the rich is not going to pay their fair share in taxes. It's going to be permanent. I'm sorry. Permanent. Listen, that's why you seen a whole bunch of celebrities, rich people, tech people, that's rich, all the rich people cower to Trump. And it's not really they cower to him. They actually kind of just, okay, we're going to support him because they waiting on this nigga to pass the tax cut. Because they know he going to do it. They know he going to do it. And they know some of the Democrats, even when they get some power, let's say the Democrats in 2028 or whatever, they have everything, the House, the Senate, the presidency. They ain't going to stop it. Because you can reverse the law in Congress. You can reverse any law. You just got to pass a policy or bill for it. It's just nothing but a policy in the bill. That shit ain't final, but he gonna try to make it final. It's not final. You gotta damn near make that shit a constitutional thing. Like put it in the Constitution. Now, don't get me twisted. Don't get me wrong. Trump may do that. The Republicans may do that to make that shit is constitutional. So that may make that shit permanent. That's why I said they working on some shit. Stop getting blinded about this immigration shit. Immigration is gonna happen. The cruelty is gonna happen. But the shit that you need to pay attention to is them tax cuts that's getting ready to come. The shit they get ready to cut, Social Security and Obamacare. Affordable Care Act, all that shit. They trying to cut all that shit. Snap, all that. Because they want to make it seem like they got some money to make up for them tax cuts. Because they know when the rich get that money and they ain't got to pay no taxes, right? They know, and everybody should know this, they're not going to, it's going to be buyback stocks, nigga. They're not going to create businesses. They're not going to be hiring people. And technology is going to be taking a lot of our jobs. I don't know why people don't understand that. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, man. Like, that's why Social Security is very important for the elders or people even my age. Because it's going to be, we're not going to be able to catch up with the technology. This shit, even the motherfuckers that know technology now, it's generations of young kids that's coming in. And they're not going to be able to get some of these jobs. Like, shit is getting ready to change. And I don't know why people just trying to be stuck on stupid. We're ready to lose a lot of jobs. Y'all think jobs coming back in manufacturing? Yeah, okay, cool. Listen, I believe in the next 10 years, only thing to keep your house clean, because they already making robots that like kind of go around your carpet, keep your carpet clean and floors clean. Now unless they create, and that shit may not happen into the next another 25 years. Another 25 years. Listen, where you got robots can come in your house and just clean shit. Like, you ain't gonna have that in no time soon, but they're the only type of jobs. People, we're moving into the point where even like people working in the fields and shit, like picking cotton or picking fruit, whatever, all that shit, seeding, putting all that shit down. They gonna have machines and shit for that. They're gonna have robots doing a lot of that shit. Like, people ain't gonna be out there like that in the next 25 years. I'm telling y'all that. A lot of this shit that we do, we go work and we do, that shit gonna be gone. Them motherfucking, working in warehouses and working in, especially McDonald's and shit like that. A lot of that shit, them type of job, a lot of that shit get ready to go away. The future is investing in stocks, investing in businesses. That's the future. Because a lot of this shit that y'all think that we can go out, we're going to be working and shit like that. That shit, in 25 years, that shit is not going to be there. Because a lot of you young motherfuckers going to be old as me. So that shit ain't going to be there for y'all. Shit, in 25 years, nigga, I'm retired. I already know. So now I got to get into, retirement. Like, I got to really put some money in some stocks and shit like that and invest in businesses. I know I got to do that. Be solid partners and shit. Like, putting your money in, like, getting a whole bunch of motherfuckers to buy a McDonald's franchise or something. Like, you got to do that. Like, this whole notion that everybody think that we're going to be doing this labor work, it's not going to be like that. That's why I said, go back and watch the Jetsons, nigga. I'm telling y'all. They was trying to tell us then. This shit was like in the 80s. So I'm trying to tell y'all, this shit ain't what y'all think it is, man. My bad, shit that went off again.
Right channel.
Telling y'all, man. Listen to your boy, man. I've been around a long motherfucking time. I've been around this shit for a long time, and I'm telling y'all, and I'm usually not wrong about a lot of shit I'm talking about or predict because I know this shit is coming. We get ready to lose. Listen, y'all motherfuckers keep thinking this shit, man. Niggas be getting mad at the niggas be on the internet doing what they do. It's a reason why. A lot of motherfuckers know that you got to be making money a certain type of way. Because a lot of working at these 9-to-5 jobs, a lot of that shit get ready to go away. That shit get ready to go. Just trying to tell y'all. Only thing that probably still be lasting out here is probably housekeeping, janitorial work, actually, what I do as far as driving, delivering and shit like that. I'm trying to think. But the first thing will probably go away for a fact is probably motherfuckers working at the counters. Like grocery store, the cashiers, all that shit get ready to go away. McDonald's, all that shit get ready to go away. I'm telling y'all. They probably had 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 motherfuckers there just to make sure that shit run right. But all that shit get ready to go away. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. But anyway, let's move on.
Oversight Committee is charged with ensuring efficiency and accountability in the federal government. Something that is needed now. That committee becomes more important now than ever before. Obviously, you need some out-of-the-box thinking, agility, and the rest of it is messaging to the American people. In the last 3.5 months, Representative Connolly has routinely disappeared during key moments when Democrats needed visible leaders in front, communicating to the American public, highlighting the stakes of what's happening. And once again, understandably so, he could not do that and undergo his current illness.
Now, listen, think about that. You can't do certain shit, but you want to be a leader or something. Right? And listen, shit happens in everybody's life. But this man is 74 years old. Like, yo, listen, let me just say this to the young niggas out there. Listen, man. It's y'all time. I'm just here. Motherfuckers like me, this is how I look at it. Motherfuckers even my age. I'm only here to just drop some jewels on y'all and let y'all know about shit that I see and what I know from me having drop wisdom on y'all in my experience and what I see, right? And what a lot of times I know what's gonna happen, but it's y'all time, nigga. What I'm hating on you for? Y'all need to know these things. Why am I mad at y'all because y'all ain't doing it the way I think y'all should do it? That's what happened with a lot of these out of touch old ass people. They ain't got no. And listen, and let me just say this: as an older dude, I know how to take a back seat to letting the young nigga shine. My whole thing is I'm learning and still learning of my overprotectiveness, right? Not outshining them. I don't want to outshine the young niggas. First of all, you ain't gonna outshine young niggas or young people. You're not gonna do that, right? Because you old, nigga, right? I'm old. My thing is I have to understand how not to go so far of being overprotective. Because sometimes that can ruin relationships with young folks, right? Because they listen, when you young, you reckless, but they don't need you like hovering over them. You got to let them make their mistakes. Hopefully they don't make big mistakes where they can't recover from. But, that's what we supposed to teach them. Nigga, we supposed to teach, not to be like trying to be in front of them. Let them do their thing. Old people, a lot of older people, they don't understand that. They trying to compete with young motherfuckers. You can't compete with young niggas. Young people, you can't. You old, nigga. Get out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Listen, I'd rather be a part of what the young niggas are doing than to the point where they don't listen to me. But nigga, we ain't fucking him, man. This nigga tripping. Like, I don't want that. Of course, I ain't gonna let certain shit slide, but if they doing some fuck shit, but a lot of that shit, you gotta let them make mistakes. Tell them what they doing wrong. Tell them, yeah, that's some fuck shit. You niggas is crossing the line. Like, you get what I mean? But at the same time, give them props of what they do right. The problem with a lot of older people, they do too much wrong. But nigga, we all been young before. We all did more fuck shit than we did good. Well, at least I know that. I don't know about these other old motherfuckers. These old motherfuckers act like they ain't never did nothing bad in their life. They ain't never made fucked up mistakes and shit like that. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's the problem with some of you old motherfuckers. Let's move on, y'all.
All right. So put it up for a mask. This whole thing was orchestrated, as you know. We talked about it when it happened. And it's not as if Democrats did not have other options. Other options who have the demonstrated ability and willingness to lead. Representative AOC.
And let me just say this. You look at Nancy Pelosi, you know what's so bad about this shit? And I'm being petty at this point because I can't stand Nancy Pelosi. Genuinely, I can't. She got all this goddamn plastic surgery. And lady, you still look 80-something years old. That plastic surgery ain't do nothing for you. Your body still ain't moving like it's supposed to. And you still falling and fucking your hip up. How did that plastic surgery all of your face help your fucking body? Nothing. It was telling you, listen, first of all, let me just say this. People, when you start falling and hurting yourself as an older person, that means it's time for you to sit the fuck down. Time for you to sit down and relax. Nancy Pelosi is $100 millionaire. Her and her husband at least worth $500 million. You don't gotta do nothing. And don't tell me you care and all that. Get the fuck out of here. Care about the people? That's bullshit. Listen, let me just say that people, Nancy Pelosi need to sit her ass down and Chuck Schumer and all the motherfuckers. All that plastic surgery they got done to their face. They look bad. They look horrible. All that damn plastic surgery. Chuck Schumer got plastic surgery too. Look at his face. Chuck Schumer like fucking damn near 80 his damn self. Nancy Pelosi what? 80 years old? 80-something years old? Man, come on, man. Sit her old ass down, man. Nancy Pelosi should be sitting down, enjoying her grandkids, great grandkids. She got great grandkids at this point. And her great grandkids probably get ready to have some kids. Like, get the fuck out of here. Enjoy your goddamn life. I told y'all, whenever I feel that I lose that itch, that the fight, I'm done. I'm hanging it up, nigga. I'm gonna sit my ass on my back porch, nigga, every day, drinking my beer, smoking my cigars, and I'm chilling, nigga. I'm already an old ass daddy. My daughter is 9, nigga. I'm 43 years old. I'm an old daddy. The fuck is you talking about? So about time I'm fucking 50, my daughter may be just graduating high school. What the fuck? I'm an old ass daddy. So nah, nigga, when I ain't got no fight in me, nigga, I'm gonna sit my old ass down. Motherfuckers don't be understanding, bro. People, my only wish since I was young was to live old enough. To live old. It wasn't nothing else. That's why I said, like, being rich and money and shit, like, that shit didn't really mean nothing. I was poor, I get that. Of course you don't want to live poor like that, but you know, that was like last on my list. But I just wanted to live old enough. I wanted to live old. Because I watched the people that was older than me. I'm talking about older people, like not my aunts and shit like that. I'm talking about older people that I know that's gone now, but they was older people in the community. Like they lived it. They was like fucking 80 something. I want to live that long. Niggas sit on the porch and just, you know. I don't understand. You get that old like that, bro. Like you chill the fuck out. Like I just know to chill the fuck out when you get that old, bro. You just blessed to be that old. I'm blessed to even be old as I am. But you get 80? Nigga, I'm talking about time. Well, I'm 40. Nigga, you talking about another 30-something years. Hopefully I can get that old. Praying I do. Wishing I could get that old. Like, nigga, I don't even know why people, like, older people act like, you know, nigga. Listen, I'll tell you this. I got probably about another, like I said, I probably got maybe about another 10 years left in me to be actually genuinely working. Not working. Not working in my fucking old age like that. I'm chilling, nigga. Fuck that shit. I'm not working. I'm gonna be chilling. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna be on my point, drink some wine, drink some beer, smoke my cigars, watch my daughter grow and shit like that, nigga. I ain't, man. I'm not, like, I don't know why. Listen, I already had a hard life. Why would I want to be old and still be living a hard life? No, I'm not doing that. Sorry. Anyway, let's move on.
Democrat, New York, who is a bright star inside of the party, leader in the progressive movement, also ran for the role in December. But back then, Pelosi, from her hospital bed, I remind you,
This woman was in her hospital bed to keep that out of touch bullshit alive. Let's move on.
the vote for Connolly against AOC. Now, the whip reference is because, well, it's like it sounds, whipping them into shape or whipping them into submission is what the whip reference is about. And Pelosi literally turned votes away from AOC. There's more irony. So in AOC's bid for ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, she received endorsements from both the Congressional Progressive Caucus and the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Caucuses representing key constituencies.
And let me say this. This is why Trump is as powerful he is in the Republican Party. He took over that bitch. And sometimes I'll be looking at AOC and them. I'll be like, man, call them motherfuckers out. Do what Trump did to the Republican Party. Do what Trump did to the Republican Party and do that shit to the Democrat Party. They out of touch and they need to get the fuck out of the way. Like, real talk. But like I said, the one thing about people like AOC and us, we respect our elders too much. Like, honestly, we really genuinely do. But for me, I'm actually a little like, and she in a different position too, because she in politics and shit like that. But for me, I don't respect Nancy Pelosi. I think she a part of the problem. Chuck Schumer, all them corporate, George Claiborne, all them, get them motherfuckers out of there. I don't respect none of them. I think they are a part of the problem. I think that's why black people are being harmed. That's why I think everybody is being harmed that's different. Because of the corporate Democrats. They're a part of the problem. You want to sit there and blame Republicans? No. When you get power, you don't do shit. All you do is do with the corporations the same money that the Republicans get. You do what they tell you to do. How the fuck are you doing something for the people? The people been telling you. You don't do it. The people that vote for you told you what we want, and you don't do it. No. Let's move on, y'all. Like I said, listen, they better than me, bro. That's why I can't run for nothing, because I'd have been cussing Nancy Pelosi the fuck out. And I respect my elders, but when my elders don't respect me and they're not listening to me, what the fuck are we talking about? You out of touch. People, you listen, at the job work, you know, I sat here. I had plenty, like I was behind in work today, right? There was an older black lady. And I came to her, she had a package that she needed a password for, right? That's what they doing now, right? It depends what company they ordered it from or whatever, however it is. And I sat there for almost down there 10 minutes. For this elderly, she said, I asked, I said, you need a password for the package. You know what the elderly lady said to me? She said, Jesus something. She said something. She's a very religious lady. It said Jesus something. That's the only password I know. I said, no, man, that's not the password. Right? So she goes, I said, no, you got to go to your Amazon thing or whatever, your account or whatever, the last package or whatever you ordered. The password should be in that. Right? She no fuck. Right? She brought her phone, whatever. It took her a minute. She was an older lady. Took her a minute just to even go get her phone. Came back, whatever, and she was going through the phone or whatever, and she just couldn't figure the shit out. I said, okay. I said, let me see it. I looked at it, helped her out, went to her shit. She was already on Amazon account, but she didn't know what to go to. So I go to, do the shit or whatever. I put the shit in. I did it myself. But I spent 10 minutes to do that. Right? My point is, people, motherfuckers like me respect our elders. The problem is our elders don't respect us. When we tell them, hey, you need to move the fuck on. That's my point. Our elders need to move the fuck to the side. We're not saying we won't listen to you and listen to your advice. We're just saying you got to move to the fucking side. You ain't got it no more. You're holding up progress. That's all I'm saying. And I did that for my elders because, and listen, And I got off work late. That's why I'm doing the show even mad later than I usually do. Yo, because I did that. Because I respect my fucking elders. But motherfuckers that's younger than me don't respect their elders like that. So motherfuckers like me is like that. That connection between our elders and the young niggas. And sometimes the young niggas don't get it, and sometimes the elders don't get it. Like y'all, the elders you be out of touch, and some of you young niggas need to chill the fuck out. Respect your fucking elders. And I'm that motherfucker, I'm that generation to tell you niggas, respect your fucking elders. And I'm that motherfucker in this generation to tell the elders, get the fuck out of the way. You fucking shit up. And the bad part about it, they still thinking they doing righteous shit. Listen, no, you're not. The times is different. You don't even understand the fucking times. You remember when AOC and all them got in there and they was doing the technology shit? They bringing that technology stuff. What? Man, please. Not supposed to need to sit her ass down. Them elders need to sit their ass down. Shout out to my man talking in the middle. What up, Talk? Shout out to my brother talking in the middle. Who won tonight? How the game's looking? Talk. Let me know in the chat. How the game's looking? I ain't even looking at the shit. I'm trying to wait till the second round. I don't want to do it now. Like, to really get into the, shit. I want to wait till the second round because that's when that shit really, for me, it really matters. To me. Especially since they got the play-ins and all that shit. But anyway, let's move on.
That the party needs, but increasingly alienating as returns from November's election show. The majority of Democrats who are currently on the Oversight Committee backed who? AOC as well. So could AOC now potentially take up the post on that committee? Well, let's see what our dear brother Hakeem Jeffries said.
About Connolly. Can you speak more specifically just to the process of replacing him as ranking member of Oversight? We know that AOC ran late last year, and should she be in contention again?
So Republicans are trying to rip away health care from the American people. They're crashing the economy in real time, driving us towards a recession, targeting law-abiding immigrant families, trying to erase and wipe.
And listen, deflection. Listen, Hakeem Jeffries. Listen, my brother. What the fuck are you doing? She asked you a simple fucking question. Don't tell it. We know the problems. People know the damn problems. It's out there. We asked you about this issue. So you don't think it's important that she be the head of the committee? Then why was Nancy Pelosi and all of y'all was behind the scenes trying to stop her, actually stopped her from being the head of that committee? If it wasn't that important. But y'all did that. And now you want to deflect? Come on. Brother Hakeem Jeffries, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You another nigga that need to cut it out, man. God damn, you fucking corporate Democrats is killing me, man. You don't want to ask questions. The problem is with Democrats, and listen, I'm gonna say this about a lot of progressives. The AOCs, all them. Y'all keep cowering down to these motherfucking corporate Democrats. Fuck them. You don't take money from them. You can get airtime airing their ass out. You don't even need to get on mainstream media to air them out. You can get on social media and air these motherfuckers out. Ain't about being divided. It's about these motherfuckers are part of the problem. Hakeem Jeffries is a part of the fucking problem. What we talking about here, man? I'm sick of these. I'm sick of these fucking corporate Democrats. You want to deflect and then try to act like, oh, the Republicans, this nigga, you doing the same shit the Republicans do. She asked you a simple question. You go back to the Republicans. That's what Republicans do. They ask them a direct question, the Republicans, about their party. They deflect on Democrats. It's the same shit. But this motherfucker want to sit out here act like you so much better than the fucking Republicans. No, you not. No, you not. No, the fuck you not. Let's take a quick commercial break, people. I'll be right back, man. This shit is pissing me off, man. I can't stand these fucking corporate Democrats. The motherfuckers anger me just as much as Republicans. Excuse me, people. My allergies acting up bad. It been acting up bad. I've been outside fucking all day. Excuse me. And I can't take my fucking allergy pills to the mall. I've been drinking and shit. And I forgot to take one early this morning. That's the crazy shit about it. Shit. Damn. Fucking allergies acting up bad. Excuse me. Yeah, but these corporate Democrats getting on my fucking nerves, man. Let's get back into it.
Watch American history, including Black history and civil rights history. They are ending Social Security as we know it. And Jerry Connolly just announced that because he is battling the recurrence of cancer, he will not be seeking re-election. That's the extent of any.
First of all, he was the wrong person for the position. And excuse me, you brought up all this other shit. Excuse me, people. He brought up all this other shit. But he just said, the guy that Democrat that just stepped down. All he had to do was say that first. He stepped down. So we're just looking forward now to see who want the position. Who we gonna put in the position. It's easy to talk about that. But Biden, excuse me, him and he's sitting there and he's deflecting first before he answers the question. Is the part of the problem. He made it more of an issue. Excuse me. But he made more of an issue than he had to. Now people gonna be. That's why Dr. Richie is doing this story. It's like, what the fuck? You making it seem like it is something behind what y'all did. You deflecting instead of answering the question. And it wasn't a got you question. It was just, listen, AOC, she may be up for it again. We hope, excuse me, the Congress member get better and shit like that. It's easy to answer these questions. Why is it difficult? Because they want to deflect the people. They just as worse as the fucking Republicans, man. Let's move on, y'all.
that I'm going to make about the great Jerry Conley at this moment.
Excuse me.
Hakeem, you need to get it together, brother.
Yeah,
Um,
he does.
what happened to you, man?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what happened to him. Number one, he's a corporate Democrat. Excuse me, people. I'm sorry. He's a corporate Democrat, and he always been that. And at the same time, Nancy Pelosi is his mentor. That's easy to answer. If Nancy Pelosi is his mentor that pushed him to get this position, and they only put his black ass in that position because he's black. Now, listen, I'm going to be very honest. I'm not saying that he's not qualified to be there. But the shit that Trump and them be talking about, DEI and all that, yeah, that's why he's in that position. They need a black face. The Republicans and Democrats does that. The only difference is the Republicans will not allow a black person to lead their party. You just can be a face. But the thing about liberal Democrats, corporate Democrats, they will push that black person to be a face. That motherfucker ain't got no power though. They'll put him in a powerful position. Like the Speaker of the House. Hakeem Jeffries ain't got no goddamn power. He just a token Negro. Just listen, he ain't no different than Brian Donaldson. The dude from Florida. He ain't no different. Tim Scott, no different. Excuse me, no different. They ain't no different. Just because Hakeem Jeffries is the Speaker of the House don't mean nothing. Nigga, he's just a face. Let's just be real about the Democrat Party. Yeah, they will put a Negro there. They'll put a gay person there. They'll allow all this shit. But they ain't got no power behind the scenes. They ain't got no power. And if you think I'm lying, you think I'm making it up, tell me where I'm lying at. Hakeem Jeffries ain't got no power. He the Speaker of the House, but he ain't got no fucking power. He do what Nancy Pelosi and them donors tell him what to do. He's just a face. He ain't got no fucking power. He ain't no different than Tim Scott, nigga. Believe it or not. People be like, oh, well, Tim Scott ain't never been, they ain't gonna never push him to be the Speaker of the House or the lead senator. Nigga. Excuse me. Hakeem Jeffries, even though he the fucking Speaker of the House, don't mean nothing. He still take his orders from Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and them. Listen, and a lot of them, and I'm gonna be very honest, nobody want to say this about Democrats, them corporate Democrats, but a lot of them are in the closet racist. They're a lot of them bigots. I don't want to even call them racist. I think they're a lot of them big. They got a lot of bigotry in them. And they know how to use minorities and black folks. That's their base. That's their goddamn base. They don't have a chance to win in nothing. Even if you put all the white women, because we were talking about the white women kind of fucked the shit up, right? The why, Democrats didn't win. Yes, partly that's true. But the other part is, if black people don't show up, you don't got a chance at all. You don't have a chance. Shout out to Karen Hunter. She was right about that. We did our part. It was the white women. We needed white women. White women fucked this up. That last election up. They fucked it up. All the minorities, all the other groups and shit. Okay, cool. It was the white women that fucked this up. That's why we in a predicament that we in. And that's why I don't even be understanding how dudes are fucking with white women. Black dudes or any minority group fucking with white women. If they Trump supporters. How you fuck with them? Why you think that shit is okay? They fucked the election up. They fucking society up. You're not getting a crazy number from white men to vote for what's right. The motherfuckers live in they in their mind, they live in a different reality, right? So they can't understand where a lot of us come from. Because they've been in their mind, they've been taught to be they're more superior than everybody, even white women. So they don't think the way we think. It was white women that fucked this shit up. And now you see a lot of them motherfuckers crying. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Especially the Trump supporters, excuse me. I don't want to hear that shit. Talking about, no, but they don't want to be friends with me. Bitch, why you think that? You fucked it up for everybody. White women fucked this election up. I was going back looking at the statistics and shit. And I was like, yo, the white women fucked this up. And I was looking at past shit, right? It was white women. White women fucked this up. That little 20% of black men that voted for Trump means nothing. We outdid that because we did 80%. Right? Like, that was nothing. The Mexican, the minority groups that voted the way they do, 50, 40, 57, 45. That shit was balanced out. That's almost down there close to normal sometimes. Right? But the white women, even the white men that voted for Trump or whatever, that shit's normal. Or Republican. That shit's normal. The white women, their shit was fucked up. Go look at the statistics of all of them elections in the last 30 years and see how that shit switched the way it switched. It was because of the white women. It's because of the white women, people. I'm trying to tell y'all. Don't let these people fool you. The white women fuck this. They put us in this predicament. And mind you, they don't like DEI, but they benefit more of DEI than we do or any minority groups do. The Civil Rights Act. They benefited more of the Civil Rights Act than black people did. White women. But now all of a sudden they got a problem with it. They're teaching their kids to have a problem with it. Are you stupid? But like I said, they got to fuck around and find out again. You side with the racist white man. Listen, and let me just say this to white women. Unless you run into a good white man, ain't no Republican white man is good. None of them. I don't go for how religious they is. None of that shit. That shit don't mean nothing. When white men talk about religion, I already get turned off. I get turned off already. Nigga, I don't like no anytime a white man bring up religion to me, I automatically turn them off. And I ain't saying it ain't no good white men out here that's good religious people. I'm just saying I don't want to hear about your religion. Because if that's dictating who you are as a person, then I got a problem with that. And that goes for any religion. I got a problem with that. I'm already turned off. It is no way impossible that you're telling me somebody, a God that you never met, dictates how you treat others. That's bullshit. When are y'all living in real life? You see people that look like me all the time, or people like me, you see me all the time, but your God you never seen tells you how you got to treat me. Come on. No, we're not doing that. Or your religion, you're not doing that. I don't want to hear, I don't even like people talking to me about religion. I respect your religion. You keep that shit, you do that. But don't start talking to me about God. It was the crazy shit, like I told you, the day with the elderly black lady. She brought up religion and shit. I respect it, but you know, that shit didn't make no damn sense. She said, the only passcode I know is God, you know, some Jesus, something she said. I was like, what the fuck? I said, but okay. You know, because I respect my elders and I respect people. You don't know people's lives and shit like that, but you know, but you start talking to me about how to treat others and shit like that, then no, your religion don't mean shit to me. Because your religion can turn a blind eye to how you treat people. So I don't do that. But anyway, let's move on.
Well, naturally, this is not my first time disagreeing with Hakeem Jeffries, who is the Democratic leader.
And he trash.
All those things you listed, your brother, they're doing them on your watch. So, yes, it's important to pivot back to Representative Connolly. Damn, man, he's not dead. He's just, hell, he's not even stepping down. He's simply not seeking re-election. I don't see why that's so much more important than what we do next, because Connolly is one human being who's simply not seeking re-election. And we're talking about millions and millions of human beings who now are being adversely impacted, and our only line of defense was supposed to be you guys, the people we elected to stand against the tyrant. Yeah.
Now, let me just say this to Dr. Richie as well, and to others. This is why I get Democrats a pass. They can't do shit. Like, yo, they're not in control of Congress. They're not in control of the president, being president. They're not in control of the Supreme Court. They ain't in control of the military. They ain't in control of the DOJ, the FBI. Trump running, Republicans running all that shit. That's why you see what her name, Pam Bundy, that goofy white bitch. You see her out here talking gangster. This bitch wasn't talking all that gangster shit when she was in them hearings, but now she talking mad gangster. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. This is why I give Democrats a pass. What you want them to do? They can't do shit other than what AOC and Bernie Sanders is doing. That's why I said this is why I have a problem with the corporate Democrats. You should be doing what they're doing. But not, you're trying to fight against what they're doing, and they're doing the right thing. You sitting back, just keep complaining about shit and not going to see the people and do the shit that they're doing. You're a part of the fucking problem. That means you don't want nothing to change. You just want to complain. Like I said, people, don't be shocked that Democrats don't get the House or the Senate in 2026. If they continue to keep going down this road of thinking on this old bullshit that they're on, they're going to lose, bro. They're going to lose. The fucking Republicans, didn't the crazy shit about it? The more Republicans disrespect the Democrats of like the AOCs of the world, the Bernie Sanders, that means that they're doing something. It's a movement behind that. It's easy to say, oh, the Democrat Party and all that other shit, the radical left and all that shit. They're talking about the corporate Democrats because the corporate Democrats ain't doing shit. And so it's easy to target them and say shit like that. But you go to try to do that shit to AOC and all them, call them radical with all that. Nigga, they got something to back that up with. Congresswoman Crockett and shit like that, they got shit to back that up. They'll fight back. They'll say some shit. But these corporate Democrats ain't gonna say shit. They just gonna go over the same old talking points. The same thing. That's a simple question. This nigga start bringing up, we talking about healthcare and Social Security. We already know that. She didn't even ask you about that. What the fuck is... Let's move on.
All right, sharing thoughts here.
Well, respectfully, the minority leader of the House is not. Nancy Pelosi is still that. Okay, that's just the way she's allowed him.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Listen. Ooh. Black sisters. This is why I love black women. That's why I love black women. But dad say that shit. See, I'm gonna tell you something. And people might get mad at me for saying this. Some black men may get upset at me. Listen, some of you black men won't say the shit that I say. Right? Or say what this sister just said. Because you niggas wanna act like everything, try to keep the peace. Nah, fuck that. Sometimes you can't keep the peace. You can't. You gotta fight. You can't just sit there and just keep the peace and not, I don't want to hurt nobody. Man, fuck that shit. If a motherfucker is disrespecting you and yours, nigga, ain't fuck a peace. We ain't no peace time right now. Not in 2025. Ain't no peace. I talk about this shit every chance I get because there ain't no peace. I'll never allow a racist to be thinking that, oh, it's some peace, or I'm not thinking about what these racists is doing. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to put their ass on blast. I ain't going to try to sugarcoat it. But a sister, somehow, a lot of our sisters, nigga, they ain't playing that shit. What that's to say. Hold on. Listen to her again. Hold on. Let's go back.
Yes, the title. Yeah. All right, sharing thoughts here.
Well, respectfully, the minority leader of the House is not. Nancy Pelosi is still that.
Thank you. And I said that before she said it in my own way, but he ain't no motherfucking leader, nigga. Behind the scenes, she controlling that nigga. That's basically what she just said. I said. I just was being, I just ain't said the way she said it. But we saying the same shit. That nigga ain't nobody. He ain't doing shit. He ain't making decisions. These niggas talking points that Nancy Pelosi could probably say them motherfucking in the closet bigots would say. And I believe Nancy Pelosi is an inner closet bigot, and I stand on that shit. Fuck Nancy Pelosi. I don't like her. I don't like her, Chuck Schumer, and any of them fucking Democrat elites. Fuck them all. They're part of the problem. And that is what it is. It takes a sister to say some shit. That shit makes sense. Like, I was like, damn. When she said that shit, I was like, oh, damn. And listen, love Dr. Richie. Dr. Richie be real. But that sister came out and said straight up, nigga, we know, she basically said, nigga, we know you ain't the real Speaker of the House. It's Nancy Pelosi behind the scene. No disrespect to Dr. Richie. He didn't say that. Or he did say it, but he said it in some way. But the sister, nigga, we know you ain't running nothing. Kind of what I said. But okay, let's move on.
And that's just the way she's allowed him, okay, to do. I'm sorry, I hate to say that about this, historic politician who could be the next Speaker of the House. It's Nancy Pelosi. And if her name was JOC instead of AOC, and she stood out in the crowd, made a splash, happened to be good looking, and brilliant, self-made man, a woman would be propping him up, like to know what can we do for you, moving out of the way, parting the sea. But because her name is Alexandria, another woman took her out. This has nothing to do with the representative, and I wish him well in his fight against cancer, but he was a pawn put up by hospital-ridden Nancy Pelosi to, I want our girls to be great. You have a daughter, I have a daughter. This is not what I support at all.
And that's what, and mind you, before I even had a daughter, I had none but nieces and a lot of women in my family that are people that helped save my life and was there for me, took care of me. So I always support women. Right? So, like, my whole thing is, like, I'm not this dude that, like, act like women can't do wrong. But I am a supporter of women. I love women. I'm going to back women. Right? I'm a back out black men, too, of course. But my whole thing is, I'm gonna back out black women. I'm gonna back women. But listen, from my experience, just my experience, everybody's experience may be different. But my experiences with women usually the ones that ride for you. When shit go real left and go wrong, they usually the ones head of some shit and ride. It usually be niggas that wanna, they ain't really that real like that. When shit get really real, and I ain't saying all men, but I'm just saying some of the times niggas ain't who they say they are. But they don't want to lose shit. But them women, they will lose everything, nigga. You ever see women, like real women, like they don't give a fuck. Because the most disrespected in the world is women. Women are so disrespected. So they gonna ride when shit go left. And they fighting for something righteous. But the men, listen, I can say a lot of the men, nigga, that turn a blind eye, they like that shit didn't happen. But a lot of men are cowards. They won't speak the truth. They won't say shit that women will say. what need to be said. You ever think about it? A woman, regardless if that child is a boy or girl, that woman be front and center when some shit go wrong with their kids. It be the nigga be behind her or whatever, be on some shit. Like, you know, we trying to figure that shit out. I tell you, listen, I had no problem with my wife flipping out on shit. My problem is I'm there to protect her. Try to, you know, make sure nothing really happened to her. Because like I said, I know me. You hurt a woman in front of me. I don't, especially a man, like, oh nigga, oh, that shit gonna go real left. I might die. There was some crazy shit, right? I was at work today, right? A lot of shit be happening to me when I'm at work. I don't know why the fuck, but should be happening, man. I was at work and shit, and it was a sister, you know, I'm delivering shit or whatever. She said some shit to me. I heard her, but I didn't hear, right? I wasn't trying to listen to her. I was focused, but I heard her, and she said, "What's your name?" I heard her, but I didn't hear her. Like, right, I was focused, but I heard her. Like, I hear everything. Like, I see shit and I see shit and I hear shit. But I try not to pay attention to certain shit, right? But and the sister said to me, she said, "What's your name?" Whatever, right? You know, and that's very weird for somebody to say, but whatever, right? But then I've been out the game for a minute. And the sister said to me, "What's your name?" And she said it. I didn't respond. But then she said it again. She said, "Excuse me, what's your name?" I said, "Oh, my name Kenny." She's like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "I love your playlist," right? Because I had the music on the shit or whatever, right? And she was like, "I love your playlist." I said, "Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you." Right? Now, mind you, her friend that she was sitting on the porch with, I don't know if friend or not, but the other woman she was sitting on the porch with, he said, "Oh, you know, he got shit to do, girl. He ain't trying to holler at you or some shit like that." She was like, "Oh," she was like, "Shit." She said some shit like, "Oh, well, I'm a snack," or something like that. She's like, I'm somebody or whatever, right? And it wasn't that I didn't think that she was that. She's very good looking. No one I'm married. So that shit ain't gonna go no farther than that. Right? But the other thing was that one of my pet peeves is I don't like women hollering at me. So it's already a turn off. Right? Then the third thing is, right? The other part is a turn off for me. I know that women in this generation are very attracted to what they don't have, right? Like, say, like they don't have a man that works, or they see a brother busting his ass or some shit like that, right? And I noticed that about a lot of women, period. It's not just black women, but I just focus on my people. I see that shit from a lot of our black women. They're attracted to brothers that they see out busting their ass and working. They think like, "Oh, if I can get him, he better than the nigga I'm fucking with." Like, I know black women like that. So that for me, that's already a turn off. Right? And the crazy shit about it was my reaction to what she did fucked her up, because I was like, "I appreciate that. Thank you." Right? I didn't go no farther. Like, it wasn't like, oh, what's your name? And she was looking for that. She was looking for, you know, me to say, when she asked me what's my name, I tell her my name, and I was like, well, what's your name? What's up? How you doing? You know, what's up with you? Like, she was looking for that. I know she was, but I didn't do it. I just said, thank you, I appreciate it. Because like I said, number one, I'm married. And then, like I said, you know, all the other stuff is like, I know that women like dudes that got their shit together. They doing some shit. You get what I mean? They like, you know what I mean? You never know what women are going through in their life with a bum ass nigga or whatever. You don't know what is going on with in their relationship. So she might have been looking for something. You know what I mean? And so I just wasn't that. Number one, I wasn't that guy because I'm married, so I wasn't giving her that type of advance. You know what I mean? The thinking like she got a chance to even fucking with me. So that was already like I try to be like that. That's my thing. I don't want to do all I'm married shit. If I got to do it, I do it. But I just was like, I appreciate it, thank you, and I just moved on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it could come off as rude, but I wasn't trying to be rude. But I was just like, you know, listen. Appreciate the sister. That shit happened to me a lot though, but I'm uncomfortable with that shit. Like, and it's probably because I am married, but the other part is because I'm not like, I don't like women hollering at me. That shit it's a turn off for me. And like I said, I've been around enough women and I know how a lot of women think. You know what I mean? So she probably was thinking like, oh, this nigga, he got a 9-to-5 job, you know. She her situation. I'm deep in the hood. She was a very attractive woman. Don't get me wrong, she was very attractive. But she wanted my speed, even if, even by her being fine, she just wanted my speed though. Because of her attitude. You know what I mean? Like, I can say her attitude, but her aggressiveness. I don't really like women that's very aggressive. That's just a turn off to me. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm a little old school in the way, right? I like women that's a little bit more feminine. I don't like women that's too aggressive like that. Listen, I told you, like how me and my wife, we kind of got together or whatever, right? We total opposites, right? But the thing was that my wife was very, very feminine, right? Like she wasn't aggressive, right? Even though she wanted to fuck with me or whatever, I didn't even know when she God rest my little homie soul, her cousin as well. I didn't know that she said that to him, right? Like, because she didn't approach me that way. I wound up approaching her. She didn't approach me, but she was already into me. I didn't know that my wife was into me, but she didn't do that. I approached her. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like very aggressive women. I don't like that shit, like women hollering at men like that. That shit is not a turn. It's not a, for me, it's not, it's I don't get turned on by that. I think it's almost like, and I'll be real about it. People don't want to say it, I say it. It seemed desperate. Like, because, like, now that I know a lot, listen, I know a lot of women that are married, a lot of women that's in relationships, like dudes that's like, or single women that like dudes that's in marriages. They like to talk to dudes that are in situations like they're doing some shit. They like that shit. That's why you see a lot of that in a what you call that shit, like a lot of inner relationships in the workplace. You see that shit happening a lot of the times because men are stupid. We get some pussy thrown at us. We don't give a fuck. We just trying to fuck. But women, they're fucking with a dude a lot of times that they work with or something like that, or they hear the nigga's story or what he, how he take care of his woman and shit like that, how shit going on for him, and they see how you move. They like that shit because they ain't getting that shit at home. I'm telling y'all that. That's real talk. You can't make that up. I don't make that shit up. I done seen that shit happen. I done seen women, professional women, had way more education than I did and wanted to fuck me, wanted to be with me. But they, and push up on me. But I just didn't do it, because I'm committed to my woman, committed to my wife. I can't do that, nigga. Now, look, I did some fuck shit back in the day. I get that. But, when I tell motherfuckers, like, if my daughter born and shit, nigga, listen, I don't want to beef with my wife over my fucking kid. You know what I mean? Niggas, it's easy for dudes to go out and be trying to fuck chicks. It's easy a lot of times. But, at the end of the day, you got a kid. Imagine you get to beefing with your kid, beefing with the mother of your kid because you was with that woman and you cheated on her. She can't trust you no more. Even if y'all break up, like, she don't fucking trust you. And now she don't trust you around the kid or anything because you're going to bring these different women around the kids. That's what she thinking. And that might not fully be true, but that's how they think. You know what I mean? And then you don't know what type of woman. I always tell people, you don't know what type of woman. If you hurt a woman, you ain't never thought in your mind that woman would be like that. Right? Where you use that kid or, kind of basically use your relationship, like that. You don't know that if you hurt that woman in that way. So niggas be sitting out there, they be like, oh, she taking me to child support, she trying to take everything away from me. Nigga, she probably wasn't like that until you did what you did to her. That's real talk. People, like, I know a lot of men gonna get upset at me, but nigga, that's true. You don't know what a woman will do to you. She trusted you, right? But you fuck around and did some shit, and now she can't trust you, bro. She can't trust you at all. That's real talk. Motherfuckers sit out there and pretend they don't know what's going on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna give you niggas some game tonight. I'm gonna give y'all some game. I've been in this shit a long motherfucking time. And I'm telling you, you will lose the trust of your woman. Your woman probably was a good person, but you cheat on her, you can lose her. You can listen. She can turn it to, like, oh, she using my kid against me, nigga. That's a lot of times that's something that you did. Believe it or not, a lot of the times, or probably about 80% of the times, that's what men has done to a woman to change her that way. Because she never was that way. She trusted you. And you fuck around, get drunk, hang with your niggas or whatever happened. Right? And you cheat on your woman and she find out about that shit. Nigga, she can't trust you no more. Nigga, she probably was mad in love with you. I ain't saying, listen, I didn't say that's 100%. I said it's about 80%. Women trust men. Men don't. It's not about our trust. It's not that we don't trust. It's that we just ignorant and stupid. We just, like, a woman throw some pussy at us, we just fuck it. Especially if we think we can get away with it. And we'll continue to keep doing it. Because society will tell us that's some player shit you doing, nigga. Society tell you that. I'm giving you real game. Listen, I did this shit before. Shit happened to me. So I'm just telling you. The only difference is that I didn't do it with women that I had a kid with. Right? So, but even my wife, even before me and her was together and shit like that, like, was committed. Nigga, I was doing stupid shit. Cheating on her and shit. I did that shit. I don't lie like that. I was doing fuck shit. Because no one thing is, the one thing about a man is that we very, very insecure when it comes to women. Very insecure. You ever see a dude when they want their woman, and still even me, like, my wife dressing a certain type of way, what the fuck you dressing for? Why you wearing that? No, don't wear that. You know what I mean? You down there want your woman to look, dressed bummy to where she ain't attractive. But dudes do that. I'm just trying to tell y'all. You got some dudes that are okay with their women. Small percentage. I ain't gonna say small percentage. It's probably about, at this point, it's probably about 30% of dudes that's okay with their woman dressing crazy. That's because they don't really, a part of them don't really care about that woman. You don't want your woman out here having her ass out and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? I was seeing that shit. I'll be seeing that shit all the time. I'm like, yo, why are they allowing their woman to walk out the house like that? Out there dressing asses out and shit like that, wearing all that skimpy ass shit like that. And then and some of the niggas I seen walking down the street with them. Nothing wrong. Listen, I want my woman to feel sexy, but I don't want her to dress sexy to show other motherfuckers. Who you trying to impress? Are you trying to impress me, or you trying to impress other motherfuckers? Like, that shit matters, bro. And for dudes to be sitting out there, like, I be seeing this shit all the time, and that shit always bothering me. Like if you see, like, if a nigga approach a girl and she dressing crazy, right? Like, she got all this sexy shit on, and a dude try to holler at her in front of you, and you get upset. Like, what the fuck are you upset about? You let her leave the house like that. You let her leave the house sexually like that. You let her, like, you get what I mean? Like, I don't never understand that shit about dudes. What you mad about, dude? You let her leave the house like that. Not even let her leave, but you ain't have a conversation where, like, babe, you can't be dressing like that. That shit gonna show attention, like you trying to go. You can dress, have your sexiness, but we can tone that shit down. I seen a chick in the last couple of days, because it been hot in Baltimore. Yo, they are that bitch. I seen a young girl. She had a fucking skirt on. It was supposed to be a skirt. And she had some like fucking like black. She had a black skirt on, but she had some black, like, I guess they maybe was like shorts. I seen the shorts more than I seen the fucking skirt. Like, what the fuck was you putting on a skirt for if I can see your fucking ass? Like, that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. She put that shit on. Young girl, put that shit on. You put on a fucking skirt. But I seen more of the shorts, I guess they were shorts or whatever, than the fucking skirt. What the fuck are you wearing that for? And then and listen, and I'm gonna put this on women. Then women get upset at men because they disrespectful trying to holler at them, however they holler at them, and then they get upset. What the fuck are you upset about? Listen, let me say this to all women. If you dress like a whore, you cannot get mad at a man talking to you like you're a whore. That's real talk. I learned that shit from my OGs. Not from a woman. I learned that shit from my OGs. The fuck is you talking about? You can't get mad at a dude for talking to you grimy like that if you dressing the way you dressing. The fuck are you talking about? Listen, when a woman is getting dressed, she know what the fuck she's doing and what she wearing. Fuck are we talking about? Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, people. I'm gonna leave is this. Sometimes, man, people like in life is simple, bro. Life is very simple. It's not as complicated as people think. You know, sometimes, yo, shit is what it is. Listen. The crazy shit about it, I was sitting there. Listen, I'm in the hood. I told you I see every fucking thing. And it's not even in the hood. I see that shit outside the hood. I see women dressing a certain type of way, and then they get mad at a dude of why you speaking to me this way. If you dressing like a fucking whore, what the fuck do you think that do with any man that's going to assume that you are? You can't dress a certain type of way. You can't have all that skimpy shit on and you think that a man, first of all, if you know a man, like a lot of women, oh, I know a man, how a man is. If you know who a man is, nigga, everything about us is sexual when it comes to women. It's very rare that you get a man like me. Even for me, shit is sexual. Even though I look at women, I respect women and shit like that, but nigga, to the women, like, what the fuck? I'm gonna look at you sexual. Shit, listen, if a woman has some spandex on and she got a donkey on her, I'm gonna be like, damn. Now, she may not be meaning to wear some shit to be skimpy like that. You know what I mean? She might just got some shit that fit, that look good or whatever. But for a man, for me, I'm like, damn, she thick as a motherfucking snicker. Damn, she thick. That's a man. That's any man. But if you are intentionally going out here dressing skimpy on purpose, then you can't get mad because you are in the mirror or whatever the fuck you doing in your life. You're in the mirror watching yourself you putting on that outfit. You ordered that outfit. You wanted that attention. And I tell every woman that you can't sit there and pretend, oh no, man, oh, I should be able to dress. No, you should not. No. And certain shit, no. You cannot dress that way and not expect the man to look at you and be like, damn, or say some certain shit or holler at you a certain type of way. That's bullshit. Let me tell you something on some real shit. And a lot of men may not deal with this shit, but I do. Listen, I'm happily married. I'm out. Like I told you, I was out today. And the chick tried to holler at me. The crazy shit about it, if I was just an ignorant ass nigga, right, I'd probably been like, oh, well, what's your name? You know what I mean? Tried to holler at her. Right? I probably did some shit to go farther, try to make that connection. But I didn't do it because no one, I'm married, and I love my wife. I love her. Like, that's the love of my fucking life. She my soulmate. I don't see I can't listen. Even if I was wanted to get with that woman, right? Just for a one night stand, what would that do? If I just say I could get away with it, okay, cool. A part of me, because I'm a real dude like that, I will feel guilty, number one, so the shit would be crazy, right? But then the number two thing about that is, it probably should be number one, but what would my daughter think? What if I did do that? Hollered her, got that pussy, whatever, right? And then I get caught. Then what my daughter gonna think about me? That's how I be thinking. I fuck the family up. I fuck some shit up that my daughter expects every day that I'm coming home. You know what my daughter says to me every day when I come home? Daddy, I miss you. We missed you. That shit is the greatest shit in the world to me. I don't know about everybody else. I don't know. Listen, I can't tell you how you feel about getting some pussy. But I'm telling you, for me, I don't give a fuck about no pussy like that. My daughter can say to me every day I come home, hey, Daddy, we missed you. I missed you. Because she used to be you at home. And you fucked that up over some pussy. Because somebody threw you some pussy. And you fucked all that up. Like I said, to each his own. To each his own. I don't want to tell nobody how to live their life. I'm just dropping jewels, giving some knowledge. That shit ain't worth it. I'd rather have my daughter, every time I come home, my daughter say, hey, you know what? Daddy, we miss you. And feel love when I come home. Not coming home feeling guilty that I done fucked the family up. I done cheated on her mother, or I fucked her over. Because basically if I cheat on her mama, I fucked her over. Because ain't shit gonna be the same. Listen, I told you, listen, getting pussy in the moment sometimes, it may feel good. But that shit, after, if you really care about somebody, yo, you don't fuck your family up like that. It ain't that much of a good pussy in the world. And I stand on that shit. And listen, I did some fuck shit in my life. Don't get that shit twisted. I ain't sitting here and like, oh, Kenny, he was perfect out there. No, nigga. No, I did some fuck shit. I almost fucked my motherfucking family up, before my daughter was born. But listen, I'll fuck some shit up. Was close to fucking some shit up. That's why I'm trying to give niggas juice. Almost fuck some shit up. Listen, and like I say this to everybody, right? You have to understand that you do gotta find that right person, right? Like, I'm not telling people that you just gotta settle down with people because it seemed right at the moment. No. I just got lucky in life, bro. Like, my situation with my wife and shit is lucky in a way. Not to downplay her and shit like that, but I got lucky to be with her. Right? Like, I got lucky to meet her and know her and shit like that. Man, and like I said, you gotta understand, me and my wife, our families go way back. It's not like some shit that like it's new. Like, her family, her older cousin, God rest his soul, my man Biggs and shit, like, that shit go way back. Like, we've been knowing each other for 30 years. Our family's been knowing each other for 30 years. I just didn't know my wife that, shit, probably more than 30 years, ain't it? Yeah, probably longer than that. Because me and my wife, we 20-something in, so it had to be longer than that. It probably, our families go back probably like 40, 50 years. Right, so we like, our family's been knowing each other for a long, long time. So, like I told you, God rest Auntie Barbara's soul. Auntie Barbara, she knew me from the hood. She knew I was that nigga in the hood doing all that fuck shit. She not like me, right? And my Auntie Robin was upset that her motherfucking niece was fucking with me, which is my wife now. She didn't like me. Like, nigga, I was out there like that. I be trying to tell y'all, like, yo, I speak all this positive, good shit that I do. And I speak up for good shit. And I try to stand on business for the good shit. But, yo, I wasn't a good dude back in the day. I just wasn't. I just wasn't a good dude. And that's real talk. I never lie about that. I was a bad dude, man. It's out there like that. So Auntie, she had a reason not to like me and not like me to fuck with her niece, which is my wife now. Right? She had a reason for that. Nigga, I was out there like that, nigga, and I told you I was out there like that. It's just because, listen, you know the crazy shit about it? It's like when people they wasn't there. When you was doing shit, they think that, well, I know him now. He not like that. I can't see him like that. No, I was like that. I was out there. And it's not to brag about, it's not to be like bullshit like that. It's just, I was out there like that, bro. I was on some bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? This was my lifestyle. That's what I knew. I was a street nigga. It's all I knew. You know what I'm saying? And listen, told you I was never a fighter like that. I was a lover, bro. So all I wanted to do was fuck chicks. You know what I mean? Even when I got in the street shit, like I didn't get aggressive, right? I only got aggressive because my niggas was aggressive. But the other part was, nigga, I just wanted to fuck chicks. That shit seemed more interested. I was interested in that shit more than beefing with niggas. I just didn't, I didn't get it. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm gonna tell you on some real shit. That's why, like, a lot of my niggas and shit that I'm really like, they my niggas like that. I ain't cool with them niggas like that no more. Like I ain't gonna say we ain't cool, but we don't fuck around with each other like that no more because they was on that shit. They was on that street shit like that. I wasn't really like that, nigga. I just was like, yo, I didn't get like I look back at that shit. I didn't get in the game for why them niggas got in the game. I got in the game for more survival. They got in that shit because they liked it. They liked it how other motherfuckers treated them, or they liked the static. Like, they liked all that extra shit. Like, I didn't like none of that shit. I ain't like the attention. I ain't like none of that shit. That wasn't me. You know what I mean? So my niggas, they was always on that. I wasn't. I just was the nigga that was trying to I was a nigga that liked the perks. I didn't like the violence. I ain't like none of that shit. That shit came with it, but I got involved in it, but I didn't like it. You know what I mean? So my niggas, they was with that shit. I wasn't. I try not to blame everything on my niggas. A lot of shit I got into because I did this shit even though I knew it was wrong, but I still roll with them niggas. You get what I mean? But I didn't want to do it. A lot of that shit. I just didn't want to do none of that shit. That shit wasn't me. And sometimes, people don't really understand that shit. Like, I never liked it, that shit. I never really liked it being violent and shit. I never really wanted to be around none of that shit. But I did like the perks when I got into it. So I can't sit there and bitch and complain about none of that other shit. You know what I mean? The shit I was saying. I can't bitch and complain about that. Because I got perks from that shit. It protected my sister. You know what I mean? It protected me in a certain type of way. Hanging with niggas that was really like that. You know what I mean? So, I'll just always tell people that, like, it's not, I didn't really like none of that shit. It's just, it comes with the lifestyle. You getting involved in that shit. That's why I would tell niggas about, like, niggas snitching. Like, yo, when you get a part of that shit, and you're a part of that, nigga, ain't no copping out from that. I didn't want to be a part of a lot of that shit, but I had to. I didn't like a lot of the shit that my niggas was into. Actually, listen, I'll tell you some real shit. Almost died because of my niggas. I got shot and almost died because of my niggas. That wasn't even my beef, bro. I didn't even know them niggas when they was beefing with the nigga that shot me. I didn't even know him. That's real talk. And my niggas will tell you that. They know that. But I roll with them. That's why I almost died and got shot. I got shot and almost died. That's why. It comes with that shit. That's why I tell a lot of these niggas now, like, yo, you can't snitch, nigga. If you get into that shit, ain't no snitching. That shit is life or death. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like people, like, I don't know why people don't understand that. What I'm saying, like, yo, my niggas know that about me. Listen, I ain't saying I was the hardest nigga on my clique, but the one thing about my niggas that tell you I'm a loyal nigga. I ride. I always been that. That's one thing about me. I ain't never been the toughest nigga, the most thorough nigga. It's nothing like that, nigga. But I tell you one motherfucking thing, I'm the most loyal. I'm loyal to the shit that I get involved in, or the niggas I fuck with, or how I ride. I'm loyal in that way. My niggas will tell you that. My niggas will tell you that. Listen, people, still to this day, right? I'm loyal to my niggas. To a certain circumstance, right? Because I ain't a part of that street shit. They know that. But if my niggas call me and say, yo, they need covered eyes or something, I hit them up. But I won't never go on no street shit. I ain't about that. They know that. I always been loyal to who I am. If I'm with you, I'm with you. If we ride, we on some fucking street shit, we on that. That's how it is. And if I ain't on that street shit and I ain't about that shit, my niggas know that. That's how that goes. Nobody can change that. My niggas know. Shit, just still to this day, my homeboy and shit that I got shot with, his mama still think that somehow that shit got something to do with me. That while we got shot and her son almost died. That's bullshit. But, you know, the crazy shit about it, you know, I know the real reason why she still feel that way and think that way and say the shit she say. That's because of my mom's. You know, that's why I say one of those proud moments in my life with my mom's is like when that shit happened, she tried to come out the gate on me, and my mom's was like, hold on, who the fuck you talking to? That's my son. You don't talk to my son like that. My mom got in our ass. Shit, me and my man, we had to try to squash that shit. But like I said, on real talk, let's be real, we was never the same after that. We was never the same. Because my mom knew the truth. My mom knew the truth. She said, listen, I just put it this way. My mom knew the truth. She knew that I got in that shit. So I said, I told my mom what happened. You know, she was like, oh, okay. And then when that what happened, my mom did, listen, the crazy shit about it was that I had just got shot. We both had just got shot. He was home or whatever, and I just got shot. I come out the hospital. Well, listen, first thing I got out of the hospital, what's the name? What the fuck did I do? Oh, I was back on my bike and shit. Went back in the hood and tried to start hustling again. That's what I did. And my OG eyes, he was like, nah, nigga, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You can't hustle, nigga. You barely can move. All that shit, whatever, right? So the next thing I did was after that was go see that nigga. And then I'm trying to figure out that. So long ago. I might have went to go see him first. No, I went to the block first. Yeah, I went to the block first, yeah. And then I went to go see him second. And then I go out there to try to see him. Because my homie, my big homie, my OG, he was like, nah, nigga, you can't come back here and hustle, nigga. You hurting. Like, nigga, you can't even move. What the fuck is you doing? So he stopped me from hustling. So the only thing I could do is go see him. And I went to go see the nigga. And I go see him. And And this is real talk. This ain't no shit I'm making up. His mom, you know, she went off on me. She went off on me. And my mom, I told my mom, I said, this is crazy shit. Listen, think about this. My mom and shit, she didn't want me to go. She didn't want me to go see the nigga, nothing like that. My mom was already tripping, nigga. She was already tripping. But I said, Ma, I gotta go see this nigga. I gotta go do that. And my mom she told me straight up. And at this time, my mom wasn't on that shit. She wasn't on drugs and none of that shit. And my mom told me, she said, no, what the fuck is you doing? She said, nah, don't go see nothing that shit. And mommy, before my mom even knew anything about anything, she was like, nah, hell no. She was like, nah. Listen, I can say this, put it this way. My mom was worried about me. She was like, nigga, you came out the hospital, you talking about niggas trying to kill you in the hospital. I was on some Tupac shit. So my mom was tripping. So my mom was like, nah, fuck that. No, you don't need to do that. I say, Ma, I gotta go do this. So my mom drives me up there. She drives me. But the one thing my mom told me, she said to me, my mom told me, she said, well, I'm going there with you. My mom went there motherfucker with me. I said, and then when I got to the house, I said, Mom, just stay outside. We good. My mom said, no, I'm going in there with you. And then we go in that motherfucker. And I come in or whatever. And my man's mom, she start going off and shit. Or whatever. Why he here and all that shit. Talking about me. Like I started the beef. Like I'm the reason why everybody got shot or almost died or whatever. Like it ain't even my beef. Right? I was just defending my niggas. So shit happens or whatever it happens. Right? So what happens is everything happened the way it happens. Right? So now we got all this shit going on. My mom ain't trying to hear none of that shit. She's like, what I tell you, you shouldn't have came here. And I was like, nah, I got to come here, whatever. And I go, whatever. And I go upstairs or whatever. So when I go upstairs, I hear my man's mother telling him about going crazy or whatever. And then my mom like, fuck you talking to? Now, you talking about a gangster shari too. Like my mom gangster like that. Like that, like my mom like that. Like she ain't getting high, none of that shit. Even when she was getting high, nigga, she was gangster like that. My mom ain't never been no pussy motherfucker. My mom was always been a gangster. So yeah, my mom's like, who the fuck you talking to? Blah, blah, blah. Shit start going left. And so then me and him, we good, nigga. Ain't nothing about us. We good, but our parents tripping. So we go, we try to squash that shit or whatever. But I'm just say this. Ain't nothing changed with his mom. In a way. She still kind of blame me, which I don't know why. But even though my mom, I told her my mom, like catch her sober or something like that, and we talk about that. My mom say, "Oh, I was ready to fuck her up." Like that shit was real like that. Like, and like I said, like, and if it wasn't for me and my mans, that shit would have went real left. That shit would have been real. It was going left. It was already left, but if we didn't squash that shit, if we didn't like, hey, nah, that shit happened like that. I'll put it this way, right? And I'll be real about it. Even though I know that shit happened because of my niggas, I'm still good with it. Like, you know what I mean? They're my niggas. They're my niggas. I still probably would do, I ain't say probably, I still would do that for them. They're my niggas. I would do that for them. I would put my life on line for them niggas. They my niggas. I know they would do it for me. And that's all that matters. It ain't about none of that other shit. I know they'd do it for me. And they have done it for me. So like that's why I say I know that already. So, you know, our parents, they think they thought the way they thought, but it's not the same, bro. We've been through that shit. So it's not like our parents acted the way they act, and even still to this day. You know what I mean? I don't expect them to turn on his mom and be like, we don't fuck with you or nothing like that. Not like that. It ain't, you know, but, you know, we still fuck with each other. Like, in that way. Like, we still ride for each other. We still die for each other. That's just how we was built. Like, that's the shit that we did. And like I said, a lot of people don't understand that. All right, people, we out. Leave your comments, hit that like button, support your boy. It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world.